All right, Katie. So I'm going to interview you a little bit right now about our work
Okay.
together back in late 2022 and early 2023.
Mhm.
Where were you before we started working together, and why did you come to me?
So I was just angry at not only the world, but specifically with men because I was single for 5 years before working with you, and I was just hopeless at that point. I had tried all the dating apps. I had tried meeting someone in person. I had tried everything to be able to meet a partner that actually served me and was good for me, and I kept attracting the same types of men over and over again. Either the ones that weren't serious about me, weren't emotionally invested, only wanted a part of me, which turned into a lot of anger and just sadness in my like, everyday life. It was affecting me. So that's why I came to you because I was not a happy person back then.
Yeah, and then what happened as soon as we started? Because I know that there was a moment there when we had gotten
Mhm.
started and you got, well, I'll let you tell you, I'll let you tell.
So we started, I think it was July of 2022.
Or August.
August, July, because I remember I went to Italy, which that was part of it. But we started working together and you helped me release a lot of the rage that was inside of me. You like literally, I think, had me throw a screaming fighting fit with my pillow and like punch my pillow a bunch, which was amazing because I needed to like let go of some of the anger that was there. But after that, I kind of ghosted you because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Like I was feeling more hopeless than ever, which I think in my experience was just that one last shred of like hopelessness that needed to get out. And then I came back 3 weeks or 4 weeks later and was like, okay, I'm ready now. And after I kind of got rid of that first like bout of anger and rage, things just started shifting randomly. And I was just, it was kind of amazing the way that once I detached from that anger, it was like I started to see the evidence of what you were talking about pretty quickly, which was amazing.
I love that. So as soon as you started to let that go, you stopped being triggered by me for a second, which happens
Yes.
to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, what did you see specifically start to shift in your life, like day to day and with men?
You know what? So day to day, I felt like before I started working with you, I was just experiencing a lot of negativity in my life. Not even just anything super targeted, but it was more of a general negativity that was around me anywhere I went. So if I was at the grocery store, someone would steal my parking spot or like something really silly like that that seems trivial, but it was like compounded over day-to-day basis that I was starting to see, okay, things are super negative. But then once I started working with you, it was like things started just working out better and people were nicer to me. People were opening the door for me and complimenting me and giving me free coffee and just random things like on a day-to-day basis I would experience like, oh, do you need a cart here, take this one, or I was just being taken care of by the people around me. And then with men, it seemed like people on the dating apps, people or men were getting more interested in me. I was getting more likes. And you helped me with my profile, but I feel like there were more opportunities for me to meet people. And I believe 2 to 3 weeks after I started working with you for the second time, after I ghosted you, I met my now boyfriend. And that was after, again, 5 to 6 years of being single and not having any luck with meeting anyone in person. So I just started having men come out of the woodwork, though. I remember it was very nice to have more attention than I had had before.
Oh, that was so fun. And so we
Yeah.
spent a lot of time outside of our sessions in WhatsApp where you would be
Mhm.
messaging me and showing me messages that he was sending, and I was helping you respond. What did you kind
Mhm.
of like learn and pick up from that?
Um, I think the overall message that I've learned from that is just compassion. And that's like how you want to communicate as a woman is being compassionate and putting yourself in their shoes of how they would receive the message and if you would want to receive the message that way. That's kind of the way that in which that I kind of started to communicate with my now boyfriend even now is if he was saying this to me, would I feel good or bad? And it really helps me to discern what's good to say and what's not good to say, especially in conflict. That's been something that's really been helpful. But in addition to that, I feel like when I was diving into this dating world, like seriously actually trying to find a partner, it was you don't lose yourself just because you're dating, you become more of yourself, and that's what attracts you to the right person. And that's actually how it allows you to show up detached in the relationship and detached in the dating world versus diving all in on the first person that you meet or the first person that you are interested in. So that was the overall theme, I think, was just leading with compassion and love, and instead of being so attached to this has to be my person, or and that's where I was living for the 5 years that I was single. So
Yeah, I think a lot of women can relate to that of like, I think I met him, I think I met him, I think I met him, and having that person in your corner kind of like, hold on, let's be discerning. You've met someone, let's see who he is and let him show you over
mhm.
time. So tell us a little bit now about your relationship with this
Mhm.
beautiful man that you've met.
It is the best. He is the best partner I've ever even imagined. Like I never thought that this man that I had set my mind on was even possible, let alone real. And he is, I mean, he's everything I've ever wanted. He is kind and genuine and so patient and so generous and just like always taking care of me, no matter if it's, oh, I'm really thirsty, he gets me a water, or like he just wants to make sure that I'm okay and he wants to make sure that I'm happy. And that's his main priority. Um, Not to say that we haven't had our conflicts, because we have, and we've overcome them. And even through all of those conflicts that we've had in the last year or so, we are committed to one another. And he has shown me time and time again that I'm the priority and that he's committed to me. No matter what may come up, he is committed to making this work. And he's just everything I've ever wanted. I don't know how to describe it other than that. He's just everything I've ever wanted, not only physically, but emotionally. He supports me, and he doesn't allow me to feel like I need to change in any way. Whereas in the past, I've had partners that are like, you're too emotional, you're too dramatic. And he tells me that my emotions are my superpower. So um, he's wonderful. He's just wonderful.
That's so lovely. And if you don't mind sharing, because you guys have done some traveling together, you've been together
Mhm.
just slightly over a year now.
Yeah.
How long did it take until he started talking about a very specific thing that's going to be up and coming in the next few
I believe we started talking about it. I mean, he started like kind of, I don't want to say joking because that's not the right word, but he started kind of like flirting with me about it, I should say, probably back in August of last year. So that was 8 months in, not even probably. I would say maybe July, like summer of last year, let's say. And we started officially dating in January of last year. So only about like 7, 8 months he started talking about it. And then by November, we were going to try rings on and shopping and everything. So, and now he always jokes with me now. Oh, it's happening this fall. But then he'll be like, it's happening this fall, and he'll wink at me. And I'm like, I want to know when it's happening though. But no, I'm in this place now where I have been impatient in the past, but now I'm kind of like, this is my person, this is who I'm going to be with. And he's talking about it so seriously that it makes me feel so almost calm about it, that I can kind of just allow it to happen the way that he wants it to happen. And it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time.
It's a very exciting time. Okay. What else happened in your life around you while you were working on your feminine embodiment and who you wanted to be in the world?
Yes, just a few things. So I essentially last year, or no, 2 years ago, oh my gosh, it was fall of 2022. I decided I was working for a company that I started in the industry that I'm in now, and I was just very junior in the company and really was wanting to expand. And it's no surprise that at that time in October, we had been working together for about 2 months or a month and a half. And I ended up going through the interview process for three different companies, and all three of them offered me a job, which all of them pretty much doubled my salary. And I ended up going with one company in particular that also offered me a company car. So I got a brand new car, a brand new job. I also moved to Denver, which I had been thinking about doing for 2 years, but never was able to attract it in the way that I wanted. So attracted that. I attracted my dream apartment. I mean, the list goes on. And then on top of all of that, like the most important thing is just like the love that I feel for not only myself, but like my life and what I've created. Um, there's just a sense of self acceptance now that I didn't have before. That really just it solidifies everything that I've created. It just really allows me to feel so content and happy with where I'm at now. After a year of working on all of this, I feel like it really was something that is important to me and means a lot. So a lot of things happened, quite a bit.
I love that. And you went through private coaching and then you went through the Muse Mastermind. So for
Correct.
anybody who's kind of like on the fence, obviously like this is a big investment, what would you tell them who are like, okay, I want to do this work, but I don't know that it's worth it?
It's hard because I feel like this is very, it's, I want to say it's a tangible thing that this work is, but it goes so much deeper than what people realize. Like it's not about attracting the dream car, the dream man, or the dream job even. Those are all really nice symptoms and side effects of feeling so at peace with yourself and so in love with your life and who you are as a human, that that is what happens to you. Like it just happens. It's a side effect of you feeling so at home. And that's something that I think everyone in this world right now is craving. I think everyone really wants that sense of peace. And the only way that you can get that is creating it from within. And that's what this work has done for me. And that's like my favorite part of this work is just feeling so at home, um, and feeling so connected to my soul. And I think that's the real prize is not only the, again, all of the things that as are a byproduct of this work. It's the feeling of I'm a great person and I know it. And I have so much to give. I have so much love to give. I have so much intelligence to give, beauty to give. That's the real price. And I think that's what I would say to people is if you want to feel like 100% yourself and you don't have to apologize for who you are, Taylor is the girl for you.
Yeah. And
100%.
you have all these wonderful tools in your toolbox now too to help you through
Mhm.
conflict and difficult times and still be the woman that you want to be in the world.
Yeah. And I still have, I mean, I still have my moments where, I second guess my ability to communicate in the way that I would like to, but I'm able to discern in those moments. I don't just like react out of anger anymore like I was in the beginning of our relationship, even. I didn't know how to discern, like, okay, is this my feeling or is this baggage or what is this? And now I'm able to say, okay, if I was receiving again this message, would I be happy or would I not be happy? And that's how I communicate now with everybody in my life. It's not just me, it's how can I navigate the world with love instead of how can I navigate the world with anger and hurting people and because I'm hurt, right? So I think I have so many things that I've learned with you that will carry on for a lifetime and they'll just be with me forever now.
I love that. Any
Mhm.
last thoughts from the beautiful mind of Katie?
I think it's that that last thought that I just said is like, yes, it's a big investment and it is something that you have to think about it when you work with Taylor, but I feel like this is not just like a 3-month program. This is literally lifelong work that you are doing and things that you give your clients that last a lifetime. They don't just go away after you stop working with you. So I'm able to use them every single day in my life. And that's the biggest gift of all. Even just, it's just something that is so important. And those are my last thoughts, I would say.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Of course. Thank you.